Grand Rising. Good day. And good night. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to 144 from the stars. Tarot. Let's go ahead and give Odin a treat because he is perfect and excellent. Yes. Here. You get that too. Even the abundance that overflows is for you. Thank you, Odin. The totem for this message is going to be a kakapo or a kakapow. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. It's spelled Kakapos, I believe. Kakapos. Yeah, kakapos. It's a type of bird. It's a big bird. All right. I've got some word I'm going to share with you all. I'm going to be reading from the book of Isaiah, and I'm going to be reading from chapter 33. I'm going to start at verse 13, and I'm going to read till verse 24. I really wanted to say 23 just to keep all the number synchronicities going, but no, I'm going to read till verse 24. Hear ye that are far off what I have done, and ye that are near acknowledge my might. The sinners in Sion are afraid. Fearfulness has surprised the hypocrites. Who among us shall dwell with the devouring fire? Who among us shall dwell with everlasting burnings? He that walks righteously and speaks uprightly. He that despises the gain of oppressions. That shakes his hands from holding of bribes. That stops his ears from hearing of blood. And shuts his eyes from seeing evil. He shall dwell on high. His place of defense shall be the munitions of rocks. Bread shall be given him. His waters shall be sure. Your eyes shall see the king in his beauty. They shall behold the land that is very far off. Your heart shall meditate terror. Where is the scribe? Where is the receiver? Where is he who counted the towers? You shall not see a fierce people, a people of a deeper speech than you can perceive, of a foreign tongue that you cannot understand. Look upon Sion, the city of our solemnities. Your eyes shall see Jerusalem, a quiet habitation, a tabernacle that shall not be taken down. Not one of the stakes thereof shall ever be removed, neither shall any of the cords thereof be broken. But there, the glorious Yahuwah will be to us a place of broad rivers and streams, wherein shall go no galley with oars, neither shall gallant ship pass thereby. For Yahuwah is our judge, Yahuwah is our Torah giver, Yahuwah is our king. He will save us. Your tacklings are loosed. They could not well strengthen their mast. They could not spread the sail. Then is the prey of a great spoil divided. The lame takes the prey. And the inhabitant shall not say, I am sick. The people that dwell therein shall be forgiven their iniquity. All right, I'm going to go straight into Tarot. Let's see what Spirit would like you all to know. Ace of Wands and Six of Swords, Queen of Cups. I feel like someone listened to their intuition and you took action on what Spirit was telling you or guiding you, what you are intuitively feeling, and this is causing things to move forward successfully for you. You are overcoming the opposition or the difficulties of the circumstances. Your odds are improving, your chances are increasing, something is getting better. Okay. It was Two of Cups, and it was right when I was about to talk about not Two of Cups, Two of Wands. It was right when I was about to talk about there may have been something about fear of failure, because I saw this Five of Cups and I was like, and then they were going right back to the Queen of Cups, and I knew that was talking about someone in the collective's energy. In order to get to the position where you now are, where you had the intuition, you felt the call, and you took action, or you put energy or intentions towards what you were intuitively feeling, and this has now led to your current situation. But before we could even get to that, you had to face your fears. And there may have been a fear of failure, or a fear of being wrong, or a fear of misjudging, or like, I don't know, you know? Like sometimes our intuition will tell us to do something, and then our ego's like, yeah, but what if that's wrong? What if that person isn't actually doing anything bad? And what if I'm doing something wrong by doing this? But you have to overcome these fears. You have to give it all to God. Give it all to God. And this is what someone had to face. We've got this Knight of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the Moon. There were some things under the surface that you had to face in order to get on path, get in alignment with this decision. And I see that you have already done that. And this is bringing justice for you. Congratulations. You overcame your fears and listened to your intuition. Thank you. Thank you for listening to it without suspicion. All right? This is what happens. Now God will hear your petition. You listen to him, he'll listen to you. Justice, Wheel of Fortune, something's changing now. King of Cups too. Yeah, because you have control over your water. You've mastered control over your emotions, over your water, over your spirits, over your connection. You're being rewarded for that. You've closed out a cycle. What about this Justice and Wheel of Fortune? We have the Fool and Death. And honestly, like, there's reversals and uprightedness in both of these. These are very, like, these cards feel quantum. Like they're Schrodinger's cat right now. They're both alive and dead. They're both reversed and upright. Like, I'm like, okay, all right. So maybe something about that is relevant, like quantum energy or superposition or something. Yeah, because there was a timeline shift. And it like, all right, so basically, look, sometimes intuition will tell you of a timeline that you're currently on, but that doesn't mean it's set in stone. The reason why your intuition is letting you know is because you can do something about it. Sometimes, not every time, not every time, not every time. There are times where you get premonitions and downloads, and they're not always pleasant, and it is kind of set in stone, or there isn't anything you can do about it. Sometimes you are intuitively let know of potential timelines that you may or may not want to be on, and you currently are possible to experience them. And then you have the free will and discernment to navigate the energies that you have been illuminated to know to navigate. But had you not had the intuition, you wouldn't have even known that these were the potential timelines that you might want to transmute, alchemize, and avoid. But this also requires you to face your fears. Because when you step into the void energy or the unknown or the in-between, you have to have complete unwavering faith. You have to. You sense that maybe something was tricky or suspicious or shaky or rocky, like you felt something was shifty. Something was shifty and not in a good way. And maybe your intuition was telling you about a person or an individual or a place or a thing, and it was telling you that they were the culprit or they were the perpetuator, whatever this thing is, this variable. It doesn't have to be a person with intentions, but for some of you it is, okay? So this variable that was the determining factor of, so like, all right, imagine a timeline and then there's a fork in it. It's the line stops and now it has several different branches. Well, the point at which the singular line then forks off into branches, there's a variable causing that. And that variable that's causing that was made aware to you, but you had to trust it. You had to trust yourself. You had to trust your intuition. You had to trust your faith. You had to overcome any kind of fear at all. Because this doubt, this worry, this anxiety, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm misjudging someone? What if they're actually a good person? What if they're not lying to me and I'm calling someone a liar when they're not a liar? No. Put God first. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to the ego. Don't listen to the projected narrative and thoughts either. Be careful of that. Sometimes you think it's your ego and it's not. It's literally projected thoughts. Someone's like projecting energy, trying to influence your energy. Don't let that happen. You sensed it, you felt it, you perceived it correctly. And because you learned the lesson involved with that, and you've ascended, you have. Like there are certain steps in ascension where you come to points in your life where you have key moments. This is one of those. It's not like a huge end-all be-all one, but it is a pretty big one. It's substantial to learn to trust yourself, to learn to overcome fear and be in faith and trust, regardless of what's around you. Okay. So what did you accomplish in this quantum sifting of realities? What did you accomplish? We have the Six of Cups and it like bounced around. And that's the thing about like the quantum reality, past, present, future. I'm feeling the phenomenon right now in this reading, in this energy. Time is relative. But what about this? What did you accomplish? Five of Swords. Exactly. You've closed out a cycle from the past. There may have been a wound that you needed to heal with this, and there may have been some kind of like attachment to that you needed to cut and release. And this may have released an attachment to a person, an individual, or people. This is like retrograde energy. I'm feeling like the energy of like, I'm just going to leave it at how I was going to say, like a retrograde energy leading to collapses of timelines and closing of cycles. Because you revisit these energies and you had a higher perspective because you're looking at it now. And from the perspective of now, you see things more clearly. And now these key moments throughout time and space in your life, you see the pattern. And then within that pattern, you also saw the pattern within yourself and within others. And you saw the dynamic in between. You healed yourself, you cut the cords, you closed the dynamic. It's done. There's favor in you and how you handled this. It was graceful. And if there were people's opinions and thoughts and feelings involved, you danced around it elegantly and gracefully. And you did yourself a service the way you did it. I feel like a lot of this was done spiritually, energetically, and in your heart chakra. I feel like that's what a lot of this was. This was done energetically. Yeah, Queen of Cups and the strength. It was because you're spiritual. You're a spiritual being. You're very connected. You're connected to the waters, to the flow of energy. And you sensed it. Like I'm being reminded of something I said in a recent reading where I was like, because the Queen of Cups came out with the High Priestess. And I was like, Queen of Cups with the High Priestess is someone that embodies so much of the energy that they can sense and feel what goes on in the collective within their own energetic body. They feel it like as a physical sensation. They will sense it. They will feel it. They will experience it. So this Queen of Cups, you being a house of all these rivers, all these streams, all this source, all this light, all this information, so much. You're a divine mother kind of energy, like a womb for the collective, right? A lot of things pass through you to get to God. Those that receive the Father receive the Son and vice versa. You cannot receive the Father until, look, I know that sounds like it's only talking about like men, but it's not. Okay, sons, like lights, right? Lights of God. And you're this womb, this son of God, this light, this womb for the collective. You have the crown of the sun on your head and you carry the womb of the collective, and you listen to your intuition and you sense something within your being. Because, I mean, if we're really going to take this to the higher, the reason why you can do this is because they're your children. On a higher dimension level, because of what you are a soul mother, if that makes sense. You're a soul mother. But all right, let's bring it back down to 3D Earth. We don't know that. We're not tapped in with our higher self. We don't understand that. Okay. All right, back to 3D. You made the right decisions because you sensed the energy within you and you closed the timelines and you didn't let them manifest. You saw the potentials, you saw the timelines, you felt it, you perceived it, you sensed the energy, the emotions, the actions, the intentions, the perceptions, all of it. God revealed exactly what it was because you're the body of God. So you can move the body of God. So with this knowledge, you took action on it and moved the body of God. I hope someone understands what I'm trying to say. This is a very spiritual being that was navigating energies, like big collective timelines of energies within themselves. And you did this within your heart chakra, your sacral and your waters and your womb. And it shifted in the collective. You've closed out a big cycle. You have not only like freed yourself from a cycle, you've cut the cords. You've also kind of freed others or someone else in particular from a cycle. For someone, maybe it's like someone in particular. For others, maybe I'm just sensing that you've freed others. But there is a sense of like liberation, freeing from a cycle or cycles. Oh, I almost said the name Michael again. So I don't know if that's like a name that is resonant or Archangel Michael resonates. I think it's both for different people. So gosh, my head started feeling weird when I said that. Too many energies at once. Ace of Pentacles and the Justice and Chariot. Divine alchemy is surprising what it can actually do in life. I've seen what would seem to be inevitable be completely navigated and turned graceful against all odds. And all it takes is a vessel of God to be the body to move the energy. And that's what this Queen of Cups did. Water sign may be heavily significant, especially Cancer. I'm feeling a lot of Cancerian energy. I mean, it makes sense. We're talking about like this divine mother, right? Okay. Yeah. Not going to ignore the Leo. I mean, it'd be hard to with the Six of Wands, the Chariot, and the Strength out here. It'd be kind of hard to ignore it. Leo always seems to like present itself like, don't forget me. I'm here. I'm in this reading. It's funny. Anyways. All right. What else would you like them to know? Because like, in a way, I'm sensing what you did, and I'm sensing I'm not really meant to talk about it because you're already the Queen of Cups High Priestess, so you kind of already know. So in a way, I'm trying to like non-verbally, energetically confirm the timeline you accomplished without saying it. I mean, maybe me just saying that said enough, hopefully, but yeah, the Sun and the Ace of Pentacles with the Six of Wands and Justice. I feel this energy like I'm not supposed to talk about what exactly you actually transmuted, shifted, alchemized, or manifested. And I kind of sense some of the reasons why, and some of them are a little humorous, but we'll let the joke be revealed when that happens. The haha, God always has the last laugh type deal. So I'm gonna let you be the chess player here because I feel that. I see that you are the higher being in this situation and you're moving masterfully. So I'm going to step out a little bit so that way you can maintain the space that you already gracefully, naturally occupy. And I'm going to let you handle your business because it seems like you are. I just am giving this message real quick to tap in like, yo, those ripples were felt. The effects, the shifts, You did it. It was successful. I'm gonna see if I can kind of like brush some of this under a rug, because that's not really for anyone else to know. And I'm gonna see if I can kind of like, all right, that actually was successful. I didn't think that would work. Sometimes like just doing things without thinking about it is what works. It's your own magic. It's your own medicine. But anyways, okay, what would you like them to know of what I can share? Is that the Fool? The Fool and the Ace of Wands? And I'm really feeling like I'm supposed to just leave it at that. Like that says enough. For whoever this is for, you know what that means. You know what this 0 Fool energy with this Ace of Wands means. I've already confirmed that you did shift the Schrodinger's cat. You determined which timeline we were on. You sensed the energies, you felt the different possibilities of free will at play, and you shifted it. So whatever your master alchemy energy, Mr. Miyagi, Queen of Cups, have himself, has this master plan of doing, it's being done. And that's all I can really have clearance or authority to say safely. I mean, if you and I are one-on-one, we could talk about it, but on the internet, nah. But you got it. You got it. It's working. It's working. Queen of Swords and the 10 of Cups. You're going to be very happy about how this plays out for you. You put your mind to it. You overcame any kind of obscurity or opposition or fears or shadow, and you're going to be very happy with how this situation or this dynamic or this timeline settles. Like, you're going to be pleased with the reality that settles into physicality. You're going to be pleased. All right. I'm going to go ahead and leave this reading here. If you like the way that I read, please be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. I will see you on the next collective message.